Hello everyone! Nandito naman ulit tayo sa panibagong vlog ko. Okay. Sa ngayon tatalakayin ko yung about sa DIS 260 filing. Ito ay mahalaga para sa last step na sa pag-process ng ating green card through EB3 program. So, kalagay dito, what is DIS 260? The DIS 260 is an online form officially called the Immigrant Visa Electronic Application used by individuals applying for an immigrant visa from outside of the United States. It's a crucial step in the process of obtaining a green card when applying from abroad. The DIS 260 is managed by the National Visa Center or NVC, and applicants must complete it online. The DIS 260 serves as the official application for an immigrant visa, allowing foreign nationals to apply for a green card from outside the US. Yan yung meaning ng DIS 260. So itong DIS 260, ang filing nito pag nasa NVC stage na yung case mo, katulad sa akin. So from approval of I-140, the next step is NVC. The National Visa Center, mag-i-email yan sa inyo na ano yung mga susunod na hakbang sa pag-process ng NVC cases sa kanila. So nakalagay doon is the first step, mag-apply ng mag-fill up ng DIS 260 sa kanilang website. So pero doon sa akin, nag-prepare na yung lawyer ko na mag-fill up ng DIS 260 doon sa kanilang law firm na yung kanilang pre-filing para sa mag-prepare na sila para sa NVC stage. So dito sa akin kasi nakapag-prepare na kami before ma-approve yung aking I-140. So ang DIS 260 ay marami-rami itong pages, siguro umabot siya ng 20 pages na pipil upan mo through online. So the first page nakalagay dito is ito yung head letter ng aking law firm sa America, sa lawyer ko. And then the DIS 260 confidential data sheet. Please fill in all sections completely. Please have each family member complete a copy of this data sheet. Lahat kayo na kasama pag halimbawa mag-migrate na kayo, isa-isa kayo, hindi lang ikaw na principal applicants ang mag-fill up ng DIS 260. Halimbawa family mo, yan isa-isa yan sila fill up din ng DIS 260. So from page 1, ang una-una ditong hiningi is yung personal information. Ikaw, personal information mo, lagay mo doon yung name, full name, basta personal information siya. And then the next is passport information. This information is now required, and all passports for client with dual citizenship must be listed. Lahat ng passport information mo dapat ilagay mo lahat dito. Yung may mga citizenship, dual citizenship or anything, basta i-render mo dito, ilagay mo dito. And then the next page is present the next page number page 2 is nakalagay dito is number 3, previous residences, yung mga addresses mo from, yung sa akin specified talaga hiningi talaga from nag-edad ako ng I think 18 years old, yun hininga mula nung 18 years old ako hanggang ngayon present, lahat noon sunod-sunod kung saan kang mga address yung mga time na yon, pati exact date, year, ganun, tapos complete address. Ito yung sa part 3, previous residences or address. Marami ito hanggang pang 3rd pages. And then sa panghuli yung contact information, hiningi nila lahat yung contact information mo, primary phone number, cellphone number, fax number. Kung wala naman, huwag na, basta meron kang contact number katulad ng cellphone number, okay na yun. And then email address. And then pang 5 katanungan nila is yung social media mo. Please provide the user's name for any social media. Examples include but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, with Twitter account that you've used during the last 5 years. O ito na yung sinasabi ko na i-render mo lahat yung mga social media account mo kasi kasama yan sa ano bang tawag, security check ng USCIS. And then syempre nilagay ko yung Facebook account ko, Instagram, YouTube, and then yung user's name, wag lang yung password syempre. And then the next is yung mailing address mo, only if different from present address. Halimbawa, yung inano ko ito is nag-fill up ako ng DS-260. Yung pinas namin sa NBC is nandoon pa ako sa Taiwan. Tapos yun ang present address ko, yung Taiwan. And then, yung binigay kong mailing address, syempre yung dito na kasi, yun naman talaga yung plan ko na dito ako sa Pilipinas magpa-consular interview. And then, the next is family information. Dito sa family information, nakalagay dito parents. Yung mga parents muna ilalagay mo dito, from father's name, lahat ng information niya, birthday, birthplace, and then kung buhay pa ba siya or patay, and then lalagay mo doon. And then yung present address ng father mo. And then the next page is the mother's name. Yan, hinihingi yan, kaya dapat ngayon pa lang dito sa ibibigay kong idea sa inyo, ngayon pa lang mag-write na kayo ng yung about sa information ninyo, lahat-lahat, pati parents nyo, para kasi bawal dito magkamali ng mga spelling ng pangalan, yung mga birthday, kasi once na pinetition nyo sila tapos merong mga discrepancies, ayan, malaki ang problema niyan. So, the mother's name, lahat-lahat yan, katulad din ng hiningi doon sa father's name, yung mga information. And then, the next is spouse information. Halimbawa, yung married ka, yun, spouse information. And then, lalagay din doon yung kailan kayo kinasal, place of birth, spouse name of spouse of occupation, and then ganon. And then the next is children's information, yung mga anak mo. Isa-isahin dito from panganay, from number 1, yun, sunod-sunod yan, ilan ang anak mo. And then tinanong din dito, bawat anak mo, tinatanong din dito sa last question nila na, does the child live with you? Ang answer lang naman is yes or no. If no, provide child's current address. And then, ayun. Pangalawa nilang question dito sa children's information rin is the child migrating to the US with you? Kasama mo ba ang mga anak mo mag-migrate pag na tapos na yung consular interview? Yes or no lang naman dito ang ilalagay. And then, ganun din sa mga sunod-sunod, ilan ang anak mo, ganun din ang hinihinging question. And then sa sunod is previous US travel information. Hinihingi din yan dito sa DS 260. Previous US travel information. Have you ever been in the US? Yung mga ganong question. Tapos visa information, kung may mga previous visa ka ba na nabigay sa iyo or natatakan yung mo na visa, kung anong country. Tapos nakalagay dito yung mga number ng visa, number issued saan, halimbawa tapos meron din, kung halimbawa meron ka rin non-immigrant visa information, yan i-render mo yan din dito. Mabuti na lang yung sa akin kasi never pa ako nag-travel ng US. Ito lang naman Taiwan ang kaisa-isang travel kong country para sa trabaho. Kalagay din dito, hiningi din dito sa DS 260 information na kung may non-immigrant visa ka ba. Yan, hinihingi naman dito lahat. Tapos maraming question kung meron ka. And then the next is work, education, and training information. Pang page 9 na ito. Pang page 9 sa DS 260. Work, education, or training information. From current employment hanggang sa sunod-sunod hanggang sa panghuling mo. Yung pinakahuli mong, kasi nakalagay dito from current employment. Tapos sunod sa current yung mga previous mo ng mga employer. Tapos yung complete address, type of business, pangalan ng employer mo, lalagay yan doon. And then job title, then yung salary mo. Yes, siningi din yan dito. Tapos number of hours per week, yung trabaho mo. And then may supervisor ka ba? And then hiningi din yung mga contact number ng employer mo or company. Tapos start date, kailan ka nagsimula sa trabaho, and then na-finish contract. Tapos nakalagay din doon yung job description mo, kung anong trabaho mo. Halimbawa, caregiver ako. Yan, nilagay ko dito job description: assisting with personal care, basic food preparation, general health, mobility assistant, personal supervision, health monitoring, home organization, yung mga ganon, yung mga basic na trabaho as a caregiver. And then ganon din mga previous employer ko, ganun din lahat, mga contact number, complete address, lahat, mga magkanong sweldo, kailan ka nagsimula, at the end of, at saka nagtapos yung trabaho mo, lahat yan, hanggang sa lahat i-render mo yung mga naging trabaho mo, previous work employment mo. And then the next is work education training. Ayan, then yung sa trabaho mo na, nirender mo na yung mga trabaho mo, yung mga previous employment mo, lahat-lahat. And then sa sunod noon, yung education background mo na. From elementary to hanggang nagtapos ikaw ng kolehiyo or undergrad. Lahat-lahat yun, i-render mo, isusulat mo dito. Kung graduate ka ba. And then lahat, pati date, kailan ka nag-graduate, at date, kailan ka nagsimulang mag-eskwela. From primary education, high school, college, or graduate school. Lalagay yan din dito. And then pati yung mga complete address ng eskwelahan mo. Mabusisi talaga ang DS-260 filing para sa NBC. And then the next is list all countries or regions that you have visited in the past 5 years. List all countries or regions that you have visited in the past 5 years. Yan, i-render mo yan doon. Complete date, kailan ka doon, anong pizza yun, pati year, tapos complete address. And then the next is military services information. Ako naman, wala naman eh. Siguro yung mga nagtrabaho sa military, wala naman. Pag wala nan, butang, ilagay. And then miscellaneous, include na itong miscellaneous is language. Ano yung mga natutunan mong language? Identify all languages that you can speak, write, or read. Language, yung sa akin is Tagalog, English, Chinese, Mandarin. Tapos yung sa Chinese Mandarin lang ako hindi nakakabasa at hindi nakakasulat, speak lang siya. Tapos after that, meron ditong question din, if you have ever had a legal judgment entered against you, please provide a date and a description of a judgment against you. Kung halimbawa may mga kaso ka, may mga cases ka na dumaan sa korte, yan, ilalagay din yan dito. Ang hirap ang hirap ng halimbawa may, kasi criminal, i-check, background check nila yung criminal records mo kung meron. Wala naman, malinis naman tayo eh. If you have ever been arrested or convicted as a crime or traffic violation. Dito talaga sa DS-260, alam mo, marami ditong question yung mga violations sa traffic, and then sa crime and traffic violation. Dito maraming question dito sa DS-260. Importante sa kanila yung mga traffic violation mo. Lagot ka kung kamuti ka mag-drive. Tapos, have you ever been in removal or deportation proceedings, and or have you ever received a notice to appear and order show cause from the immigration court? Halimbawa na arrest ka dahil sa nag-i-smuggle ka, yung mga ganong case, wala naman tayo eh. And then the next na hinihingi din ditong information is organization membership information. Lest any political, professional, or social organization which you are now or have been a member of or affiliated with since your 16th birthday. Wala naman akong mga organisasyong sinalihan. And then the next is employment authorization card form 1765 information. Ano ko ano to? Have you ever applied for an employment authorization card? If yes, please provide the following. Wala naman ako eh. None ang nilagay. Nakalagay kasi the which USCIS office. Wala naman ako. Then ito, the next question nila is relatives in the United States. Kung halimbawa may mga kamag-anak ka dito sa United States. Katanungan nila is, are any of the following in the United States reside in the U.S. or have U.S. legal permanent residence? Circle yes or no and indicate that person's status in the U.S. Example, working, studying, permanent resident, or U.S. citizen. Mihingi din nila yan. Hindi ka naman makakapag-deny nito kasi makikita naman yan sa record nila, di ba? Eh ako naman wala naman ako kamag-anak kaya no. Critical immigration question, dito na tayo sa security background check nila. Itong critical immigration question, please review the following questions carefully. Dito ka talaga mag-ingat, mag-answer. Kasi criminal background check na ito ng ng iyong DS-260. Talaga dito, there are now 3 sets of questions: criminal, security, and work-related background question that each client must answer accurately so that we can start to work with clients to resolve any potential inadmissibility issues prior to applying for immigrant visas. If you answer yes to any question, explain in detail or on a separate piece of paper. Halimbawa lang, hindi ko babasahin lahat yung mga criminal background question. Ito lang, isa lang babasahin ko. Have you ever in or outside the U.S. knowingly committed any crime or moral turpitude or a drug-related offense for which you have not been arrested? Eh, syempre, no. Eh, lahat naman dito, no, lahat ang ilalagay, ang i-answer mo. Kung wala ka namang tinatago, no, lahat ang answer. Security background. Example sa isa nilang question sa security background. Do you have a communicable disease of public health significance such as tuberculosis? Ito na yung may mga critical sakit ka ba? Wala naman. No. Yung yung mga health security mo, itong security background. Lahat ng question na to. Ang dami. Ito yung pinakamarami. Hanggang sa panghuling pages ito. And then the last part ng kanilang katanungan yung about the professional background. Halimbawa ng question nila is, do you have any specialized skills or training such as firearms, explosives, nuclear, biological, or chemical experience? No. Yung mga professional na gumawa ng bomba, yung mga ganon, ay wala talaga. No, 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 lahat dito ang answer. Tapos yung pang last na is yung signature, your name, and then signature, and then date, kung kailan ka nag-file ng DS-260. And then note nila is, please return this datasheet upon completion along with a copy of every page of your passport and all documents verifying your legal status in the United States. Yung ganon. So, yun na. Pang last page is the notices, denial notices, etc. Thank you for your assistance. Yung remarks na ng iyong DS-260. Yan, ito yung about sa DS-260 filing. Kaya hope na makatulong ako sa inyo na magbigay ng ideas para ngayon pa lang makapag-prepare na kayo yung mga information na i-answer nyo dito, kasi hindi pwede magkakamali tayo mag-fill up ng ating DS-260. Kaya the next time ulit tayo. Thank you and God bless.